Jared here from soundguitarlessons.com. In this lesson, we're going to go over how to get that country bending sound, that classic country bend, kind of a lick, really just a bend type that gets straight up that country sound. So it's just fun to have in our arsenal of things we can do while we're improvising. And we're just going to jump right in. I'll just show you how to do it, and we'll play around with a blues progression and how to do this particular country bend over all three chords in the blues progression. What it is that we're going to take the most common place to bend on a major chord, which is from 2 to 3. So if we're on the chord C and we're playing with C major pentatonic, here's the root right here, here's 2, here's 3, and we would bend up to that. Right? Sounds pretty typical. All we got to do for this country sound is we're adding this note, which is the 5. Okay, so this is the root right here. This is the 6 of the pentatonic scale. This is the 5, or if I go down the full scale, 1, 7, 6, 5. So this is the 5th of the chord and the 5th of the scale. And we're going to hold that, and you can play it by strumming both of them or plucking with a hybrid style if you want, and or playing with fingerstyle, just pluck them, or use your thumb, really any way you want. Since they're right next to each other, you can just strum them. And you're going to hold that note. It's kind of tough to do technique-wise until you get used to it. The hardest part is getting the tuning. Getting it so it really is in tune, as sounding like it goes up to exactly the major third, and it's holding the 5th there. And if you don't want to hold it there, you can kind of do this up and stop. And if you're new to bending, check out my 5 top bending tips. I'll put a link to that video in the description. It's a great video for if you're working on bending and want to get ahead on that. But if you bend up and right about the peak of the bend, you stop it, that's a great technique. Or to come down, you start at the top and come down too. But to kind of hold it is very much a country sound. It sounds like a slide guitar, right? So over the chord C, we're going to use C major pentatonic. And we're going to do the bend here, holding the 5 with the pinky, like that. And then over F, you can keep playing C major pentatonic when the F chord comes up, or you can play around with F major pentatonic when that chord comes up. And we're just going to do a blues progression. That is C, F, and G. Well, here's the root F right here. And here is the 5. Okay, here's the 2. 2 of F, 5 of F, great. Support with your other 2 fingers so you can get that bend. There it is. Love it. And again, watch that other bending video if you're not sure how to just get the essentials of the bend down. But that's where to do it on F. Well, if that's on F, G, the chord, is 2 frets up from F. So there we do it on G. You can find all kinds of places all over the guitar to do it. What we notice here is that, oh, if this is the root here, then you can kind of do it this way. Well, this is C right here. You could do it also way up there. So you can find it in all kinds of places if you like. Same with if this is C and that works there. Well, you find G on this string. Okay, well, 12th fret, and then do it there. So we know we're bending from 2 to 3 and we're holding the 5. That is that sound. And then on the G chord, really, I say just try to get over and just do that bend every time, and then have it come down to the F and do that bend. And the rest of the time play around with C major pentatonic or C major blues, or switch to F major pentatonic when the F comes up, or F major blues. And I have scale videos on all these types of scales and how to kind of map them out and work on them. I'll put a link to that playlist of all those videos in the description. You can check those out if you need to. Let's just do a jam now where we just try to hit those bending spots on each of these chords. This is just going to be a simple blues in C. We're just going to have the C and F and G in a 12-bar blues progression. And we'll try to hit those bending spots and improvise around pentatonic or blues scale. Otherwise, let's see how it goes. I want to point something out here, that this very, very classic thing to do when improvising with pentatonic, and there's a major chord, so like this is C major and pentatonic is over here, this classic pentatonic scale form. Well, this very Jimi Hendrix-y kind of thing, where you're hammering on from this 2 on to 3, and you're playing this other note at the same time. It's literally the exact same thing we were just doing. You're going from 2 up to 3 while holding 5. Well, that's what this is. If you play both of these strings, 5 and 4, this is the 5 of the chord, this is the 2, and you hammer on to 3. So that kind of, that sound is exactly what we're doing here. We're just kind of bending into it to get that kind of slide guitar feel. Just wanted to show you just that simple thing, that alone. Just that sound, just you have that in your playing and play around with kind of incorporating it into some jams, play it over a backing track or whatever, like we did. Just wanted to show you that. I thought it's a fun little lick for the lead guitar. If you are working on improvising with the pentatonic scale, I have a really, really great resource that you can download just as a PDF to have in front of you. It is the top 3 pentatonic scale patterns to play the scales out of order, melodic patterns to help break up the sound, make it sound a little more melodic and not just playing up and down. You can get some interesting patterns in there as exercises. Really fun stuff to practice. You can download that with the link in the top of the description, or go to soundguitarlessons.com/3patterns. That's it for this lesson. I'm here every Tuesday with another guitar lesson, so hope to see you next week. Thanks so much. Take care and happy practicing.